Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well, and in this video I'm talking about penalties for Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. So let's start with Leclerc, and he had a horrible end to the Miami Grand Prix. He was running in third place, but on the last lap he was overtaken by Oscar Piastri. Then at the third corner, Leclerc spun into the wall and damaged his car. Now he did have a big gap over George Russell and Max Verstappen, but by the end of the lap they were all over him and overtook him in the last two corners, and as a result Leclerc fell down to 6th. So yeah, a disaster of a last lap for Leclerc. And speaking about it, Leclerc told Sky Sports F1, "It's all on me. I don't have much to add other than that. Very disappointed with my mistake. It shouldn't happen. I pushed very hard in the second to last lap. I thought it was a good idea to let Oscar go for me to get the overtake. I knew it was going to be very difficult to get in front otherwise. It was a very poor decision, and in the space of 4 corners I put a very strong race in the bin. I'm frustrated about that. Not much more to say." Now make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss my Formula 1 content and are kept up to date with F1 news. I've just reached 48,000 subscribers and your support means so much to me. Thank you so much for it. Now going back to Leclerc, and while following the Grand Prix he was placed under investigation, and this was for driving the car in an unsafe condition and leaving the track on multiple occasions. And we saw on the last lap Leclerc cut multiple corners on his way to the checkered flag, and well, you're not allowed to do that. And as a result he has been given a 20-second time penalty and demoted to 8th. The steward's verdict said, "Car 16 spun on the last lap at turn 3 and hit the wall, but continued on track. The driver informed us that the car appeared fine save, that the car would not negotiate the right-hand corners properly. Given this problem, he was forced to cut chicanes on the way to the checkered flag. We determined that the fact he had to cut the chicanes, i.e. to leave the track, meant that he gained a lasting advantage by leaving the track in that manner. The fact that he had a mechanical issue of some sort did not amount to a justifiable reason. We accordingly imposed a drive-through penalty on car 16, given the number of times the car left the track and gained an advantage. We also considered whether there was an additional breach in continuing to drive a car with an obvious and discernible mechanical issue. We determined that there was no evidence of there being an obvious discernible mechanical issue. We therefore took no further action in relation to that potential infringement." Now Max Verstappen was also placed under investigation following the Miami Grand Prix. Basically earlier in the race it was alleged that he crossed the white line at the pit exit, and it was decided that this would be investigated after the Grand Prix. And while Verstappen has now been issued a 5-second time penalty, with the steward's verdict saying, "When the incident occurred there was limited video evidence to make a clear decision on whether an infringement has occurred. We therefore decided to investigate the incident after the race to see if we could get better video evidence of the incident in the meantime, perhaps from other angles. We were able to do so. The new angles did show more views of the pit lane exit and the incident in question. The driver of car 3 explained that he was driving out of the pit exit and rejoined the race under full course yellow. The stewards determined that the outside of the front left-hand tyre did cross the outside of the solid white pit exit line in violation of Appendix L, Chapter IV, Article 6 of the International Sporting Codes. Given the nature of the infraction, the stewards elected to impose a penalty of 5 seconds. However, because of that huge Leclerc penalty, Verstappen is able to keep his 5th place. Now the stewards were also looking at a collision between Russell and Leclerc, but they have decided to take no further action, and the incident between Verstappen and Russell, well, there's no further action on that as well. But that's going to be the video from me. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care